StockPulse Newsroom, talking Gold Terra Resource Corp today. Gold Terra trades as YGT on the Toronto Venture Exchange, YGTFF, the OTCQX in the States. They've got some nice gold intersects. They're Miss Pickle area, but they're Yellow City Gold Project in the Northwest Territories. Here to run through the details of that news, we got the CEO, Gerald Panneton. Gerald, appreciate you taking the time here. I know you had a big find there with Detour Gold back in the day. You might be on to something here, so I guess I want to get into the current news here before we do. Maybe get investors caught up who aren't familiar with the project.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Rob. I just wanted to introduce a story in Yellowknife. It's a very simple story. As of my background, I'm a geologist. I spent 12 years at Barrick Gold, and I put 2 mines in production, learned how to do it from A to Z. So I learned that trade very well. Surround myself with very good people and the director. We have a very, very supportive board, very experimented board. Already, if we wanted to go and build a mine, we're almost ready to hit the ground for management or board of directors perspective. We're focusing on Yellowknife for one good reason. And if people look at me, I worked for Barrick for 12 years. I founded Detour Gold, which came out on an IPO at $140 million Canadian in 2007. 6 years later, I poured the first gold bar, and the company was worth in the billion of dollars and got sold for $5 billion Canadian. So I took the company from 1 million ounces in resource to almost 15 to 20 million ounces in reserve. When Detour is finished, it's going to be 20 million ounces mined. So we've created value, and that's how we create value, is with a drill bit in a good place, in a safe place. My jurisdictions are usually Canada or the US. And I don't go in Mexico. I don't go in South America. I stay where I speak the language. It's easier. And from that, I'm not sure which you like to come up with. I'm not sure if.
I guess let's start with your last intersects here at the and you can say it for me, Miss Pickle area. You put together some nice numbers, so I guess I want you to run through those.
Well, you see, we've had a lot of success. First of all, I joined the company only 2 years ago to help them focus. Because before, the company was named Terra X Minerals. And the guys have amassed and put together a very nice, large land package, almost 800 square kilometers. Great story. And focusing maybe not on the right thing. They could not make a deal with Newmont for the Campbell Shear. You see, Yellowknife has produced 14 million ounces of gold in the past, mainly from 2 mines, but along the same structure. So basically, the 2 deposits are the same. 14 million ounces, Giant and Campbell, with grade of 0.5 ounce to 0.75 ounce. So think about the value in today's world. Just imagine just 10 grams in today's gold price environment is worth $600 US per ton. If you want to talk like economics, $600 US a ton, that's your 10 gram value. Almost more than that, $70 probably per gram in today's world. So almost a lot more. And the cost of operating in Canada is about $200 US a ton. So there's a great margin. I don't want to be doing big volume, small margin. I prefer to do smaller volume, bigger margin, less risk, more revenue, and more profitability. That's how big companies got built at first. Whatever it was, Barrick at Gold Strike, or Gold Corp and Red Lake, these are made to make easier money. And when gold price goes back down, because it does fluctuate, you're still protected because your margin is still there. So we've got some great results. And of course, if I show you the Campbell Shear, where we've had some very good results, Campbell Shear is very important. That's where we're focusing before I jump on to Miss Pickle. But just to look at the long section that you see on the Campbell Shear, we are currently drilling with 2 rigs the south of the extension of the Campbell Shear. And what our drilling is doing is just drilling south and down dip from a zone that we intersected where we have 20 grams over 5 meters, or 4 grams and over 11 meters in the second zone. This probably will turn out to be a small deposit, not the million ounces we're expecting, because we're realistic. But the big picture is that we're just south of a 5 million ounces deposit. and it just need to be drilled. And that's what we're doing. And that's why we did the deal with Newmont to achieve that target. Any question on that, Rob?
No, I just say, I guess lay out the game plan then here. Obviously, investors like that drill bit turning there. So lay out the next quarter or two here for us.
If I was drawing a parallel, it's like drilling around Red Lake, which is a very high grade camp in Canada. We're in town too, 20,000 people. So we don't have everybody goes home at night. So our cost of drilling is about $200 Canadian a meters, which shows that the project is not remote. The project is accessible by road. Everybody can travel to the project, and everybody goes home at night. So you don't have to room and board everybody, and that's a big advantage. And some of our result, this is a cross section on our Campbell Shear result before we jump onto the Miss-Pickle area. Miss-Pickle area is an area it's interesting, but let me just finish on the Campbell Shear. We've had some tremendous results from 11 grams over 5 meters to 6 grams over 12 to 11 grams over 5. Name it, one after the other one. We've been very successful. And of course, the last result we've had, the 20 gram over 5 meters, very close to surface, is very good. And when you look at our program in 2021 and 2022 was drilling, resource expansion, and of course, come up with another 43-101. We're already sitting on 1.2 million ounces. And the short of it is that we have 4 deposits north of town within 20 kilometers. Again, everybody goes home at night. Crestaram is a small deposit, 300,000 ounces, open pitable at probably about 5 to 6 gram material. Barney and Samoto are lower grade, but the Miss-Pickle was a high grade target. And when we were looking at Miss-Pickle, we decided to start looking into, and there's a press release that you can use, Rob, to inform. I don't have it in the presentation yet, but we drill about 6,000 meters of drilling on Miss-Pickle this winter. We're just about to finish. We drill roughly, I think it's 18 holes from surface to about 200 meters vertical. So not very deep. It's a showing very surface, but it's a showing that in our resource is saying that we have 1 million ton at 2 grams for 64,000 ounces. But in a very small clustered area, drill in the summer from a platform and then fan drilling. What we've been doing is drilling every 50 to 100 meters, and we extended the zone over 500 meters strike length. The zone is vertical. We have visible gold in 80% of the hole that we've intersected the zone. We only released this result last week, which was 74 grams over a meter, quartz veins with visible gold, within a shear zone that has a bit of a background gold to give us 20 grams over 4 meters, 19 grams over 4 meters. This is only the first hole out of 18 holes that we've already drilled. And I'm telling you that we have 80% visible gold in almost every hole. So we know the zone is there. We know it's subvertical. We know how to drill it. It's winter program. And we feel that we're going to be able to contribute with Miss-Pickle in our resource update that we'll do in 2022. And just before we go back and drill next winter on the Miss-Pickle. Why just the winter? Much cheaper. We use a ice bridge. We use ice platform to drill. And we can drill the deposit from a very good angle along strike, which allows us to define the mineralization. And I think it's going to be very surprising because it is visible gold. So gravity on the metallurgical side will recover a lot of that gold and make the project very attractive. We're looking at high-grade gold in Yellowknife, 10 gram plus, over 4 or 5 meters, underground mining mostly, less capital investment. And we're already planning that the way we could put this in production. We don't need to sell because we know we can do it. We only sell if people wants to buy us at always a premium. Our job is to go from 1 million ounces that we have now today to 3, 4, 5 million ounces with the next couple of years.
So I guess give us a health check on the company here, Gerald. How much fuel's in the tank to carry out the mission here?
Well, we just raised we have about 200 million share outstanding. And the slide is a bit old. It was pre-financing. So we have about 220 million share outstanding. We don't do warrants, which is actually a benefit for shareholders, because the warrants story is always like people want the warrants because they sell the share right away and then they keep the warrants for the uplift. I don't do warrants. I didn't do any warrants at Detour Gold. And the stock went from $350 to $40. Of course, we find more than 20 million ounces. In this case, we've got about, we just finished the financing in end of February. So we brought in another $5.6 million in the kitty. And we have enough money to drill approximately 30,000 meters this year. This winter program is about 15,000 meters. And we're going to carry on with our big drill on the Campbell Shear. And then once the resource update is done, we'll refinance for next winter drilling. Look, it's a good story. We have only 1.2, but the story will grow with the drilling we're doing this year. And I think people should watch the news because we're going to have more results coming.
Okay, we'll leave it there and keep around the wire for more. And that's Gerald Panneton. He's the CEO. Gold Terra Resource Corp, YGT Toronto Venture Exchange, YGTFF, OTCQX in the States. Again, Gerald, appreciate the tour of the company there and the news update, and we'll certainly look forward to checking back in when you hit the wire again.
My pleasure, Rob. Thank you.